Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am going to be customizing this Hot Wheels 57 Thunderbird. I've had the thought about turning this thing into a gasser, but I didn't really have the parts until now. So that is exactly what I'm going to be doing. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this thing apart. Okay, well, it's been quite a bit of work done since the last clip, and I'll tell you everything what went down. So I stripped the paint off of the body. I also cut this big hole in the hood. Also cut a little bit away at the bottom here on both sides, and also cut away on the inside for more room for the engine. I also gave this whole car a good wash. Here's the interior. It broke, and I also cut a little bit of it up. So yeah. Here's the base. I got rid of the fake suspension that Hot Wheels always casts into their bases now. It's like the big bumps that look like hills. I do not like those things. They're just annoying because, you know, if you want it to sit like a low rider, you know, all you get is metal scraping along. So yeah, I got rid of those. Here's the engine that I'm going to be using. And the tires. So here is part of that big hole I cut out of the hood. I was drilling and then cutting right where the post was. So here's the whole post that used to like sit in here. Okay, well, I have some news to say. I am not going to be using these wheels. Number one, they came off of more of a modern funny car. And two, these back ones just don't really seem to fit. Yeah, so I had to go with Hot wheels, which means I had to take apart my Mongoose. And well, while I had the Mongoose taken apart, I guess I can go ahead and also take its transporter apart and make the transporter and the Thunderbird gasser go together. Okay, so I made some further progress on the car. I polished the windows. I did not use any sandpaper, but I polished them on both sides, inside and outside, and they are really shiny and nice and clear. Before, it wasn't like that. And for the base, I glued in the tubes for to hold the axles with epoxy. Also has some metal wires here. And then I painted the base all chrome. So now I can focus my attention on the truck. Now I already took this thing apart, and then I sort of tapped these 3 back rivets, or posts I mean, with screws, which was pretty easy because they were kind of hollow and they're plastic. So that was pretty easy. And since this bed here kind of holds down the cab, I don't need to drill and tap this front post here. So let's take this apart and strip the paint off the cab. Okay, so I got the body of the Thunderbird painted in a gloss dark red. I have a few more things to do with the body, and then I'll be done with painting for this thing. Then I'll have to glue in the wheels and have to glue the engine together, for it comes in 2 to 3 pieces, stuff like that. So yeah, tried painting this, all failed. So I'm gonna just strip the paint off of this, put primer all over it, and then find out a color that I'm gonna paint this in. I am finally finished with the 57 Thunderbird gasser. So here it is. I painted the top a flat black, and then I painted a gloss black stripe down the middle, glued the wheels in, glued the engine together so it's all one piece. I also painted the exhaust pipes white, and I glued the base onto the body. And it rolls pretty well. This wheel gets a little caught up though. And it turns out I did keep the cab red. It just seemed to actually work. So I also painted with a paint pen the horns and the lights, along with the door handles. Some more lights right there. Lights and tail lights. I painted the whole bed a chrome paint. And then I used a silver paint pen and I highlighted some details on the bed. And I did not think that the decals on the actual bed here would actually pop through the silver paint.